What if I told you that a single sentence, just one calm, almost innocent sentence, was enough to shake the entire celebrity world? No scandal, no leaked photos, no dramatic breakup, just these words. In such a superficial market, Selin's depth impressed me deeply. But here's the real question. Was this a love confession? Or was it a quiet rebellion against the entertainment industry itself? Stay with me because by the end of this story you might see celebrity culture very differently. In the world of celebrity gossip, noise is everything. Loud statements, constant posts, perfectly curated lives. And yet, sometimes the most powerful impact comes from silence and subtlety. Kerem Bürsin is not the type of star who floods your feed every day. He doesn't document every meal. He doesn't turn every moment into content. And most surprisingly, he doesn't even read the news written about himself. So when someone like him speaks, people listen. And this time what he said sparked curiosity, discomfort, admiration, and controversy, all at once. So let's dive in. Was it a love confession? Or a subtle revolt against the industry? Sometimes all it takes is a single sentence to shake the entire celebrity world. One sentence. Simple, calm, almost modest. Yet powerful enough to ignite gossip columns, social media debates, and backstage whispers. And this time, the sentence came from Kerem Bürsin. In such a superficial market, Selin's depth impressed me deeply. Sounds romantic, right? But was it really just a heartfelt compliment? Or was it something much bigger? Perhaps a quiet but sharp critique of the entertainment industry itself. Let's slow down for a moment. Because this story isn't just about love. It's about image, authenticity, silence in a noisy world, and a star who seems determined to play by his own rules. So let me ask you this. Why did this single sentence make so many people uncomfortable? Why did some colleagues reportedly take it personally? And most importantly, who is Selin and what does this depth really represent? In a world where celebrities document every coffee sip, every outfit, every emotion in real time, Kerem Bürsin stands out, and not by accident. He posts once every few months, sometimes even less. He attends concerts without holding up his phone. He experiences moments instead of recording them. And here's a surprising detail. He doesn't even read the news written about himself. Yes, you heard that right. No headlines. No praise. No harsh criticism. Nothing. Is this indifference? Or is it self-protection in an industry that consumes its stars just as quickly as it celebrates them? According to people close to him, Kerem once struggled deeply with media criticism. And at some point he made a conscious decision. Distance himself, protect his inner world, and live more offline than most of his peers. Now let's talk about Selin. When Kerem describes their relationship, he doesn't talk about glamour, red carpets, or public displays. Instead, he uses words like natural, pure, and untouched by fame. Our relationship has never been affected by fame, he says. But is that even possible in the celebrity world? Behind the scenes, rumor suggests that Kerem and Selin were extremely careful at the beginning of their relationship. They reportedly arrived at the same places separately, met friends in crowded locations, and even attended events at different times, all to avoid media pressure before their bond was strong enough. Romantic or strategic? Some industry insiders whisper that this low-profile approach actually made certain people uncomfortable. Being invisible could harm Kerem's image, some allegedly warned. But Kerem, it seems, didn't listen. Because for him, what matters isn't how a relationship looks from the outside, but how it feels on the inside. Another word he emphasized during the interview was companionship. Not a word we often hear explained in celebrity gossip, right? For Kerem, companionship means traveling together, having long conversations, discovering new places. Not luxury resorts, not five-star hotels, but small boutique getaways, quiet beaches, simple moments. I live life for myself, he says. And suddenly, that earlier sentence about superficiality starts to sound less random and more intentional. So let's return to that controversial phrase. In such a superficial profession, many actors reportedly took offense. So, are we all superficial? Some asked behind closed doors. Especially those who actively share their private lives online. Was Kerem criticizing them? Or was he simply defining his own stance? In the world of celebrity gossip, intention often matters less than perception. And perception this time was loud. Social media quickly split into two camps. One side praised Kerem for being honest, brave, and refreshingly real. The other accused him of being elitist, even judgmental. Comments like, "Everyone is superficial except you," flooded timelines. And Selin, she stayed silent. No posts, no comments, no reactions. Which, ironically, only reinforced the narrative of a relationship away from spectacle. Course gossip never stops there. Some columnists began asking uncomfortable questions. Were these words indirectly comparing Selin to Kerem's past relationships? Was this a subtle way of closing old chapters? According to insiders, Kerem avoids such comparisons entirely. But once again, perception did its job. So here we are, left with questions. And that's exactly why this story refuses to fade away. Was this interview pure sincerity? Or a carefully chosen stance? Is this love truly untouched by fame? Or just another form of resistance against it? And can someone really stay distant from the spotlight in an industry built on exposure? One thing is certain. Kerem Bürsin didn't just talk about love. He challenged the rhythm of the celebrity world. Quietly, calmly, and without raising his voice. And sometimes that's what makes the loudest impact. So what do you think? A simple love story? Or a silent rebellion? So here we are, left with questions. Was this interview pure sincerity? Or a carefully chosen stance? Is this love truly untouched by fame? Or is it a quiet resistance against a superficial system? And can someone really stay distant from the spotlight? In an industry built entirely on exposure, one thing is certain. Kerem Bürsin didn't just talk about love. He challenged the rhythm of celebrity culture. Without shouting, without scandal. And sometimes, that's exactly what makes the loudest impact. Now I'm curious. What do you think? A simple love story? Or a silent rebellion?